physical today and played well, put us in difficult positions both offensively and defensively. So give John and his staff and his kids credit for that. Congrats to them on the win. Obviously got to continue to work on a lot of things, and we'll do that moving forward.
What do you think happened with free throw shooting today?
You know, I don't know. I don't know. We've obviously been a good free throw shooting team, you know, I think it was one of these games where we just didn't make ones that we normally make. It's a good question. You know, it's always a hard one for coaches to understand sometimes why you shoot well and why you struggle, but we obviously struggle from the line here.
Thank you.
Saw 14 turnovers. Is there maybe a feeling that you beat yourself?
No. I think give Michigan credit. Wouldn't say that at all. They obviously contributed to that. So we got to do a better job handling the ball, but I wouldn't say that at all. Give Michigan credit for making it difficult for us to run offense.
Coach, a couple straight games with Bates Diop not shooting well. Are you concerned at all, or is that just scouting reports catching up?
Well, I think he's been really obviously focal point of the scouting report since really. Since really midway through the season and Big Ten season. Teams are being really physical. They're eating up his space and crawling up into him, and you know, putting their hands on him on drives and bodying him up on drives. And you know, if that's the way that the game is going to be allowed to be played, which clearly it is, then he's got to do a better job adjusting to that and playing through that physicality. But you know, I'm not worried about him. Perhaps there's some fatigue with a couple missed free throws in there. He's played a lot of minutes for us and carried a really heavy load. But everybody has this time of year, so I'm sure he'll respond the right way.
What did Michigan do defensively to give you guys trouble?
They just, you know, they're a good defensive team for one. You look at their numbers, they're a good defensive team, but they forced our guards to make plays, crawled up into us, really pressured us, extended us, and kind of did a little bit of what we did to them at our place. Honestly, very, very similar in terms of what we did to them in the second half. And we handled it well at times, but not as well other times. And we've got to make better plays with the ball. We'll try as coaches to put them in better position, but our guards have to make better decisions and make better plays with the ball.
Coach, Jordan Poole, to have a player like that score 12 points in the first half, how much of a factor was it today?
He's a really good player. We knew that. You know, he's a really talented player, really talented freshman. Matter of fact, we said going into the scouting report that he can be an X factor for him, and he's really gifted. I thought that watching him in game, really watching him throughout the season, he's just a really gifted freshman. Going to have a heck of a career.
You guys, 3-point game in 7 minutes to go,
yeah.
Or 10 minutes to go rather, and you got it right where you wanted to get in position. You went 6 minutes without a field goal. I apologize if you already addressed that stretch, but just in your mind, were they speeding you up? Were they?
You know, I think we probably missed a couple shots in there. I have to go back and look at it. I remember the stretch, but I don't remember the specifics of the stretch. You know, I'd have to look at it and try to figure out what exactly was that poor execution, or was that. I do think we had an offensive rebound kick out maybe to Keita for an open three. So I think there were some missed shots there. But again, I think we've got to continue to play through physicality. And the guy that really does the best job of that is Jay Sean right now. And we've got to have more guys play through that and make smart, sound plays. And we got to move the ball a little bit better too.
Is Cam Williams having a tough transition getting back from his suspension earlier in the year?
You know, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. This was his second game back. You know, I think that's. You know, I don't know. You know, guy sits out 3 games, probably a little bit rusty, but hopefully we'll have time to get back and get into the flow of things here.
You had said before this stretch of 4 games that you were concerned about your team's sort of spirit going through it, knowing you were going to face some obstacles. How do you feel this? Where do you think this team is, I guess, in that regard right now after 2 obstacles like this?
I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we'll, you know, listen, if you're a college player and you go into a couple games on the road against good teams, and you expect it to be easy, or you expect it to not deal with some adversity. And we haven't had a whole lot of that throughout the Big Ten season, but everybody goes through that. So this is what we signed up for. That's what they signed up for when they signed up to play in the Big Ten. This is what we signed up for to coach in. So, golly, if we can't, if this beats us down, shame on us. We've had a heck of a start, and we got to figure out a way to just make steps towards playing better.
You used a lot of Kyle Young tonight. We didn't see any Micah. Was there any injury that went into that?
No, just Kyle's playing well.
Chris, I know before the season you had concerns about ball handling in the guard position. Is the last few games at all just kind of your fears coming to fruition, and then how do you work around that?
Well, what to try to figure out some ways. It's certainly it's certainly telling the way that teams have played us really for a while now, but certainly in this last stretch right now, kind of pressing our guards to make plays, and what to figure out as coaches are there some things we can do. Obviously, it was a concern coming into the season, not only our depth, but just our ability to manage that. And we have to challenge our guards to make better decisions in some of those situations. And I'm confident they will. It's not necessarily their strength, but I'm optimistic that they will.
And I know you've used JT to bring the ball up some. Could you use Kata doing that too? Maybe a little bit?
Yeah, but Kata's got to get better in that area too. I think he's got to be able to play through physicality and force and guys crawling up into him a little bit better as well, and got to continue to work to get to his spots. I thought he did that at times tonight better than Penn State, but we got to keep working with him. But JT's certainly an option, and I think CJ will learn from this, and so will Andrew, and hopefully we'll make some strides moving forward.
Chris, other than the last 2 games, you guys have played pretty well coming from behind, and now just mentally being in second in the Big Ten instead of first, is that maybe a change of focus that could benefit your team down the stretch?
Yeah, I don't know, because we haven't talked a whole lot about matter of fact, we haven't talked at all about, I just don't think you talk about that a whole lot until it's, maybe you're in the last game or two, especially as close as it is. So we haven't really discussed, hey, this is what this means, or this is what that means, or here's the standings, or I'm sure guys know, but there's too much basketball to be played. We know we have, we had 6 really tough closing games. We've got through a couple of those, and we've got, our last 2 are going to be really challenging. So, I don't know that affects them in any way necessarily. We're just trying to improve at this point.
Chris, everybody wants to learn from every game.